What is going on, everybody? We're here to talk about Pepe tonight, the little frog that could, hitting a $2 billion market cap when you least expected it. This was an absolute run up of cryptocurrency that we've very rarely ever seen. And it came out of nowhere, or did it? It had a lot of venture capital money in it. It had a lot of investor money in it. It had a lot of people feeling like the next big thing. And not only did it do that, it also wrecked a lot of people. And if you say, well, you're not wrecked unless you cashed out. Well, it wrecked a lot of projects that people decided they were going to pull their money out of, because Pepe's going to run forever, right? And you had tons and tons and tons of people who were buying the top because that's what the rule is. That's what the goal is. That's how the wealth transfer happens. Now, while that was going on, you had a person, a single entity, who just got sued and is being forced to pay $1.5 million for running something against a previous project that he was involved in. So we're going to dig into Pepe a little bit, and we're going to decide for ourselves, is this something that we want to invest in going forward? Currently trading, I think, about 450 million market cap, up 30% in the last, I want to say, 10 days. So we're going to check this out. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, question is, why are we picking Pepe? What is it about Pepe that makes you want to invest? What is it about Pepe that makes you want to be a part of it? What is it about Pepe that causes such a reaction out of people? And that, my friends, is going to start with Matt Fury. There's a guy by the name of Matt Fury. He was an American comic artist, illustrator, and he created Pepe the Frog from a series. And this goes back to 2005. And it was basically just a frog with a face. And it took it took meme culture by storm. And when the meme craze hit in April of 2023, a few months back, it was about memes for once. It was not about SHIB. It was not about Doge. It was not about dog coins. It was about actual memes. Now, we found out later that much of the running up of price action on these was due to market ventures and other venture capital companies, and that they were seeding money into these low hanging meme tokens. And then they were pushing out a little bit of engagement on Twitter. They were pushing out a little bit of engagement in different places to try to get people to come in, and then they were cashing out the tops. And they were using an AI algorithm to do it. And that wrecked a lot of people. If you look around, then you will see that the culture of meme coins shifted away from a lot of different tokens that were sitting at very nice, very, very sizable market caps. And there were craters left in a lot of these projects, or there were projects that were just hanging on by a thread with a group of investors that, were just kind of out there waiting for the next moon, the next moment, the next opportunity. And what happened? They ended up getting wrecked. They got their money stolen from them, basically, because they fell for this promise and they bought the top and did not make out like the bandits that they wanted to make out. And now, does that make it? That, by the way, does not mean that Pepe in and of itself is a bad project, nor are any of these other meme tokens. The question that we're asking tonight is it worth the investment? Are we going to check out Pepe and find that it's worth the investment? Now, my initial reaction to this is going to be, the reason that it's not going to be a for sure yes or a for sure no is because, number one, I do know that during the bull market, everything is going to run. So I would venture to say that Pepe, by virtue of really captivating the meme coin space, will have a significant run. However, I will point out also that if you are watching and paying attention to Pepe, you will also see that it's been diluted greatly by a lot of people, and some of the people that were wrecked in chasing that high as they were investing in it as it was coming down. Some of those people, they're not coming back to crypto, or if they come back to crypto, they're going to stay far away from Pepe. So it's going to be a difficult road, but not impossible for Pepe to have a gigantic move. And the question is, can they recover to previous seen highs? And in this next bull market, the answer to that is unequivocally yes. However, there are some issues, and there are some issues that will make you reconsider your investment or consider the investment into this project. And I will say, number one, the number one thing here is this is the top meme in all of memedom, as it were. And by memedom, I do mean, meme coins, stuff like that. SHIB is not really a meme. SHIB is, I want to call it a dog coin because it was not, it may have been based on kind of making a mockery of Dogecoin, which did create a meme with the dog. So, by virtue, I guess maybe everything is, but this is an actual meme that was created, and eliminating Doge from that equation for the moment. Pepe is the one meme that's out there right now. Is that the meme to rule them all? I don't know if that's the case, but I do think that when this bull market does erupt, and it will erupt, that Pepe is going to have an incredible journey. I get the sense and the feeling that we're going to have a very, very big run when it comes down to it. So, now let's kick this off. Let's get into it and let's kind of break down. I've got a bunch of different stuff, so this is going to take a minute to get through. We're going to do it as quickly and as efficiently as I possibly can. First of all, Pepe is a deflationary meme launched in the Ethereum blockchain. It was created as a tribute to Pepe the Frog, which gained popularity in the early 2000s. The project aims to capitalize on the popularity of meme coins like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, striving to establish itself as one of the top meme-based currencies. Now, key features: no tax policy. There is no redistributable system, and there's no burn mechanism. Like there's none of that. And there is a 3-stage roadmap, and that is, we're going to look at that, by the way, on their website. The 3-stage roadmap is very, very, very simple. Number 1, meme. Number 2, vibe and hodl, and number 3, meme takeover. This is it. This is what the website consists of, and then you have a picture over here of a bunch of dog coins getting peed on over here. You've got Floki, you've got Doge, you've got SHIB, and you've got whatever the hell these are. You got the Bored Ape over here. So it was a direct attack on the dog coins of the time, and we used the Donald Trump hat to make memes great again. Make Pepe great again, as it were. The contract right here has no association with Matt Fury, but they did have to make sure that they put that out. Tokenomics were 420 trillion 690 billion 420.69, dude. No taxes, no bullshit. It's that simple. LP tokens are burnt and contract ownership is renounced. Now, there were six original there were six originals that were on the team, and four of them have cashed out just recently. We're not going to get too deep into that, but safe to say, lives were changed. A few lives were changed incredibly by the run that was Pepe. Now, moving back over here, this included some other stuff that did happen, which we are going to kind of go over this. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to unpack here. But first, we go back to this was May 16. Every frog has its day. Pepe pops 7,000%. This is when it all started. And we got the taste of it. We got the feeling of it. And we all felt good about it. And a lot of people were getting super excited, right? When you look at the top meme coins with the highest market cap at this point. And this is market cap, by the way. And let's go over this. 10 billion for Doge. 10 billion for Doge. We come back over here to Doge. Where is Doge today? Doge market cap is 9.8. So Doge really has changed very little from that moment. SHIB is 5.2. SHIB is now at 4.7. Lost a $500 million market cap at that time. Floki, $347 million market cap. Now we come down here. Floki, by the way, is now in the top 100 of all tokens. At number 98, 342 million market cap, not suffering at all from that. Baby Doge, $327 million market cap. Milady, 133 million market cap. Joji Elon Mars, 117 million market cap. Volt Inu at the time, 63 million market cap. By the way, Volt market cap now less than 15 million. Bob token, 52.7 million. Bob token is now down below, I want to say 2 million. It might even be under a million at this point. So money just absolutely sucked from some of these other tokens here and put into Pepe. And matter of fact, let's go look. We'll take a quick look over here at Baby Doge. 327 million market cap at the time. $206 million market cap now. So lost $121 million of its market cap during the Pepe craze. And that's money that's not coming back to those ecosystems, by the way. Now, when investors do return and we do see people coming back into the game, as it were, into spot trading, if you will, then we will see these tokens will rise. Baby Doge is going to rise. Volt will have another run. Bob is just a meme. It doesn't have a function or a use in any fashion. So it's going to be a little tougher for that one to rise. But generally speaking, a lot of liquidity was sucked out of all of these other tokens and put into Pepe so that the top investors could cash the top out. So that's what really happened. Now, there was a question here about why it was rising at the time, and this came from Forbes, and we're going to skip down here. And what lies ahead from Pepe? This is important for people. Frog-faced Pepe is one of the best examples of rise to fame, which is what surely changed the fortunes of many by making bumper profits. But if you have missed the bus, then chances of catching it again seem slim, as no one can predict what happens in the crypto spaces. Pepe, which surpassed its much popular counterparts, has made both critics and huge fans following in the past month. There are many who already got lucky, but here's the thing. At the end of this, like other meme coins, Pepe has no solid foundation and strong intrinsic value. Thus, many fear that this rally might not sustain for long. Now, we know that it did not, because it went from 2 billion market cap all the way down to where it was not that long ago, under 200 million for a short period of time before getting a big and nice correction. But it must be stated that, just for everybody, and just for clarity, I'm sorry, this was actually down to 280 million for the market cap. So the thing is, Pepe to this point, right now, doesn't do anything. And if you want some clarity on that, then let's go look at the total max supply. Total max supply started off as 420 trillion, 69 billion. Current supply is 420 trillion, 689 billion. So far less than 1 billion tokens have been burned as of right now. There's absolutely no burn. So the value, the intrinsic value on Pepe, by hook, by crook, by sheer force of will, does not exist. So we don't have, this is a detriment at this point. There's nothing that it does. There's nothing on the website. There's nothing that Pepe does that creates value to Pepe. The only thing that Pepe has going for it as of this point right now is that it's a meme, and memes will have value and will run because of you, the community. So let's keep that in mind. There is a community here. There's a big community. So we're going to keep that one. We're going to keep that one in our idea here. But August of 2026, Pepe coin loses 20% in 1 week amid rug pull concerns. Now, this is what happened over here. Quick thought on what just happened with Pepe. 1 hour ago, the official Pepe team wallet transferred 62% of their Pepe, which is 16 trillion, to Binance. This was worth about 15.5 million when it appears that Pepe was sent back to the Binance in 4 transactions. Now, to take that just a step further, I'm assuming this Pepe was market sold, although it's impossible to know for sure since it's not viewable in on-chain once in an exchange. Since the total market cap of Pepe is 411 million, this is 15.5 million shouldn't mean a price crash, but it does raise 3 issues. The team has another 10.7 trillion tokens they can sell, which is 2.5% of the remaining supply. The official website stated that 6.9% of total supply would stay locked, and this change in policy was not pre-announced. And Crypto Naughty is claiming that the safe threshold for approval was just changed to 2 of 8. I'm not able to determine what it was, and I apologize. There were 8 people to start. 6 of them left and took $15 million, 15.5 million in a cash out, and now there are 2 left. There's 2 developers left, but the developers so far haven't done anything. There's nothing that Pepe does. So let's keep moving along here. So we lost the 20%, and that's been it. Then we just had 5.5 million tokens, prompting a 31% rise. The token burn comes after concerns were raised over the team's multi-sig wallet in August. So remember, the team had $10.7 trillion worth of tokens. A new team of advisors has been brought in to guide Pepe forward. Using uses for the remaining 3.79 trillion tokens attributed to the original team for strategic partner and marketing opportunity are currently being explored. The decision to burn tokens came after a handful of rogue Pepe developers effectively stealing millions of dollars worth of Pepe. Now, remember, if we take out whatever they burn plus this gives us back what there was in that remaining wallet. So the rise in Pepe coincides with the Bitcoin rally to a 17-month high. So it was fueled a little bit by Bitcoin, but this is a retail game here. Pepe is a retail token. So when we get a rise in that, we are going to get a rise in the overall, right? So let's go over here. CoinDesk. This was in June, by the way. And this was really kind of an article explaining to you that the majority of Pepe investors were left playing a game of musical chairs as early participants made the bulk of gain. Now, it was said at one point that there were only 7 millionaires made, but when you add the 6 developers, you got at least 13 people made $1 million. And there was the legendary story of the guy who had, I want to say it was 251, but then it popped up on another article that it was 263. But anyway, the guy spent $250 and ended up becoming a millionaire off of it. So, it just creates a problem. But here's the thing. Singularity DAO also found that a number of large-scale investors known as whales hold up approximately 25% of Pepe, while other large investors hold up to 46% of the current circulating supply. So what you're really venturing yourself in the entire investment here is that these people are going to be great whales, that they're going to be benevolent, that they're never going to sell, and that's simply not the case. If it were the case, Pepe would have never come down. If it were the case, then SHIB would never have come down Doge would never have come down. Like none of these would do that. So we do know that there is a danger. There is a great danger associated with Pepe in who is holding the majority of the supply. Now, if you convince yourself that these are angels, that they're going to hold it forever, first of all, no. But secondly, even if they do hold it for a long period of time, there will eventually be a come down period. And the question is, when will that come down period be? And maybe these people are in profit the next time it goes up to $1 billion market cap. If it doubles from here, maybe they're gone. And if they're gone, what then? So there is a very concerning question. And the reason for that concerning question is that the single source of value, the single source of something to do here with Pepe is very, very simple. Community. That's it. The community is what makes Pepe Pepe. So is that enough? Well, in the bull run, it's going to be enough for Pepe to have a nice run, but will it make a gigantic difference? Which brings us to the next thing. The largest influencer in this space for Pepe is this person right here. And this is Paulie 0x. Paulie 0x started off early in the beginning with Jedi Master and a couple of other people. They were all Pepe maxis. They were holding spaces. They were basically wilding out around the same time that Ben.eth was doing the same thing, telling people that all you have to do is hold. All you have to do is just make sure that you hold on for dear life, and something great is going to happen. And you know what? Something great happened. And a lot of these people made life-changing money. Are they the people that became millionaires? I don't know whether they sold or not. It's not my lane. I don't care. I don't have a problem with people who sell their tokens. I mean, if you're not going to be an investor in something, sell. Okay, no problem. But it has to be noted that Paulie has been a controversial figure, having many, many, many arguments and beefs with Ben.eth during the course of time. Many times Paulie taking the high ground while pointing out the low ground that comes with Ben.eth. Now, when there is a low ground with Ben.eth, is that a misinterpretation? I don't think so. I think that he is everything that he says he is, or everything that we believe him to be, and everything that anybody else believes him to be. I mean, he's an interesting person. He's an interesting person who's made an incredible gain in the meme coin space over the last bunch of months. Nevertheless, there is this dispute between these two guys. So Paulie has always come off, or for the purpose of Pepe, has always come off as a fairly benevolent and nice guy until he started some. And by the way, I was early on. I did make some money off Pepe. I'm not gonna lie. I did make not a considerable amount, but I made a pretty good amount off of Pepe. Now, during that course of time, I did listen to several of the spaces that were being held by Paulie, and in those, Paulie would tell everybody about the glorification and the greatness of Jesus Christ, and then he would say just disgusting vulgarities at people and just say wild stuff while he's having these conversations about this. And it did not sit right with me, not because I'm religious. I don't care about your religion. I don't want you to care about my religion, because it's none of your business, and mine and yours is none of my business. But it was very weird to hear him really kind of spout on about how he was basically born again, while just saying things that just no born again person would ever be saying. So it seemed a little disingenuous, and it gave me pause. Then moving forward, we have this. Paulie ended up getting sued by a previous company, which was his Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs was part of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Paulie, it turns out, was part of the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. He sued Pepe Coin. Here we go. This is what people say about Paulie, right? It says this man paid $1 million to Matt Fury because he believes in generosity. This man may have paid his community for minting the coin. This man onboarding thousands of people on Pepe Coin when it was a sub-$1 million. He sued Yuga Labs, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, and he exposed a ton of scammers in crypto. He's real dude. He ain't no scammer, and he will deliver. And Pond 0x will be a huge success once the narrative starts. I don't know Paulie X, and I do criticize him, but at the same time, I do trust him fully probably the only guy at crypto I trust. Now, this is the guy, and this guy's he's giving his reasons for why he trusts Paulie on what Paulie is doing. So, that being said, Yuga Labs just won a lawsuit, and the lawsuit that Yuga Labs just won is $5 million in damages for what Paulie and one of his partners did to them. Now, remember, we got this that he was suing Yuga Labs. Well, it turns out Yuga Labs had already sued him, and Yuga Labs won that lawsuit. So, who are we really dealing with? Do we think that this is a money grab from Yuga Labs, that maybe they were just better at their argument? Was there evidence presented? What was the situation? What was the case? But what we do know is this: Paulie was found liable for $1.5 million and has been strangely and largely silent about it, other than to say the media is manipulating things, et cetera, which he has tended to do at any and every given time. Now, moving over here, we do have also Pond. Pond was his own project that he launched not in the Pepe ecosystem, but on the back of Pepe, the project. And this is where it is right now. Now, I'm going to say this, and I hope you guys understand. I don't like this chart action, but I don't really have a problem with it. Like it's got a $31 million market cap. It's got 396,000 in liquidity, which we're going to get to because these numbers here are a problem. It started itself in basically a wedge pattern before it broke to the downside, but it's not breaking completely down. Like, this is still just sitting at a nice little market cap. So the question is, what does Pondex do? So let's move over here. Pondex basically is a swap, and that is it. There is no anything here. There's terms. There's a leaderboard. There's what chains that this is through. There's, you can click this, but it doesn't take you anywhere. It looks like it's supposed to take you somewhere, but when you click it, it doesn't do anything. But you can follow Pond. You can click on the terms over here. This tells you a little bit about what it is. And it's the same. It's basically just a copy of Pepe with a swap and a bridge. And you get a little idea right here of what it is. Then you have the terms, and you have the privacy, et cetera, and then you have the binding provisions, and then you have all of this kind of stuff right here. But you know what? You don't know. I mean, what's the fee? How are you charged? Anything like that? There's really not a lot that was clear about Pondex. Now, if there's no fees, if there's no revenue being generated from Pondex, then it won't last because it doesn't do anything. So I have concerns. Like, what if all he's doing is just cashing out? What if he's got just a gigantic amount of money that he's making off of this? So I want you to understand, like, it's not that I don't like Paulie. It's not that I don't trust Paulie. I don't know him to trust him. What I know is what I see, and what I see makes me concerned at every given opportunity when it comes to Paulie. So that leads me to we need to check out the price action. And when we look at the price action, then we can see that, for a long period of time, Pepe has struggled to find its footing after a large sell-off. However, it did break out of this long-term resistance over the last bunch of days. Now, it does correspond to what Bitcoin went through. So, part of this is based on what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently trading at 34,460 market cap. It's about dead even on the day. But, now it's consolidating in this little pattern right here. What is the next play for Pepe? Well, let's kind of zoom in just a little bit. We can see it's trending right here. It's in a, it's basically just running a flag pattern. So perhaps that means that we're going to be looking at a big move. Maybe it's going to start to recover. But here's the thing, like, it has to come from retail. And the question that you all have to ask yourself is this: where's the retail money coming from? As of this point right now, there's no chance that retail is going to come flooding in to Pepe. Now, there's always the opportunity that a meme can catch fire, but a meme catching fire a second time that's even rarer than a meme catching fire the first time. So if there's any meme coin out here that could do it, in fact, in this environment, it will be Pepe. And the reason it'll be Pepe is because, there was a lot of talk early that Pepe was embraced by the alt-right. And look, there's probably a little bit of truth to that, but just because that happened doesn't mean that it's a symbol for the alt-right. It just means that it was funny, that people found that to be funny. Now, you can find it to be in bad taste, but the part that matters here is that the people who found Pepe to be funny tend to be more libertarian. Those libertarian people tend to be a little bit more into the controversial stuff, like a Pepe. So it is entirely possible that for no reason whatsoever, Pepe goes out of its mind. And we look at a 2 billion market cap, we look at a 5 billion market cap, we look at a 10 billion market cap. There is a distinct possibility that we are still looking at a 20 or 30x. But I will stop at 20 or 30x and say there's no reason for Pepe to have a run bigger than that. It makes no sense. There's no logic behind it. There's no reason behind it. There's nothing on this thing that would tell you. There's nothing on here that would tell you. Now, let's point out some of these things right here. Right, Pepe needs no help. 2 wallets literally bought 343,000 last night and then bought 180K. So the question is, who are those people? Because I'm going to venture to say that they're people who buy and sell all of the time. Yoga Mat, when he's giving you this, is telling you, hey, these people bought $513,000 worth of Pepe. Yes. And so, by the way, did Market Ventures when they pumped it up in order to pump the price, in order to dump on people. So just because some people bought doesn't mean that there's going to continue to be buys. All it means at this point is that there were some people who were buying to get in, and what they're relying on and what they rely on. This is the only trick up the sleeve that they have, right? Is for someone like Yoga Mat to come in here and say, hey, $513,000 or $523,000 worth of tokens were bought in the last couple of hours, and everybody should buy for that reason. That's not a reason to buy. What you're doing, or what that says, is that everybody who buys after those guys, your exit liquidity, you're gonna put your money on top of their money, and then they're gonna cash out their money and make a profit off of your money. That is exactly the problem in this. That's not, look, what you wanted or what you needed was, you needed to be in and in profit before those people bought in. Now, those people then bought in after that, and it started to moon. Take your money, make your profit, change, do whatever it is that you do, right? But to see a bunch of big whales buying in, that doesn't say buy now before it's too late. It's already too late. Wait for the next round. Wait for the dip. Don't buy on this right here. Now, here's the thing. It is possible, because a long time ago I put out here that 24 is going to be one of those big spots, right? And it's not in a bad position. It's not in a bad position, but it's going to face an enormous amount of resistance when it goes from 14.5 to about 15.5. This is an enormous amount of resistance that it's going to have to go through in order to get to that next level. And if you look at the chart over here, the more I put out here on the chart, the more you find that the major point of control is going to be at 15, right here at 15.539. So if it can get through 15.3, let's call it. If it can get into 15.3, then it's going to need, that's going to be 600 million. It's going to need about, there's going to have to be millions of dollars in volume. I mean, millions of dollars in volume more, and willing to hold, because there are so many people. Just consider this, if you will. There's so many people that bought here. There's so many people that bought here that lost money here, that are still sitting down below profit in this range, that have been buying all of this time. There's so many people who've lost money that there's no way, there's no logical reason for a continued pump after you get to that point, because there's going to be a bunch of people that are taking their profit, right? So this is the thing. However, we're talking about long term. In the long term, can we get to this top again? Yep. 2 billion is probably going to be a no-brainer. This probably a $5 to $10 billion project, but it's a $500 million project right now, which would tell me, and which should tell you, that there's a limit, and that limit is probably about a 10 to 20x from where it is right now. Again, does not mean it does not mean you think they're buying the top to lose 343K. No, that's stupid. What they're doing is they're buying 343K to entice people like you to tell people like me, like, hey, you should buy it right now. Because then some people, not like me, will actually buy it right now. And that will run the price up. And when that runs the price up, then guess what happens? That means that more people will get in, the price goes up, and then they cash out on you. That's how it works. This is not our first day in crypto, my man. This is not the first day. And also, if they bought yesterday, this is a 4-hour chart. If they bought $523 million worth of Pepe in the last couple of days, it didn't do shit, because this is 6 candles 24 hours ago. This is 6 candles 24 hours before that. This is 6 candles 24 hours before that. This is 6 candles 24 hours before that. And this is 6 candles 24 hours before that. So we're talking about 5 to 6 days right here that we're staring at right now. And no matter what, if the price action was in the last little while, then what you're looking at is this right here. This candle right here was 343,000 or 523,000, whatever the amount is. Whatever that amount is that bought in, they bought in right there. And guess what? The price didn't move. So what your point from this point would be, well, yeah, that just means that it's consolidating, right? Because everybody's cashing out. That's the point. And that's the point that I'm trying to make right now. Everybody's cashing out. As the price goes up for Pepe, more and more and more people are going to cash out. That's just the nature of the beast, and that is what's going to happen here. Now, does not mean that there can't be some more upside, right? Because there's another level that comes up very close, right in this little range right here at 1300 at 1356, right there. So at that range right there, then you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see a lot of people selling off and continuing to sell off. This is a big point of contention before you get to the massive point of contention that's right above that. So yes, there's more upside for right now, but for right now, it's not going anywhere like that. It would make it, I shouldn't say that it's not. I would say that there's no logical reason, and there's no reason for an investor right now to throw their money at Pepe. This is Bitcoin's market until it's not Bitcoin's market. And that's the thing. If you've got money in Pepe and it starts pumping up and you get to a profit, I wouldn't take my money out unless I was in a profit. But if you get to a profit, or you DCA'd your way down, and you responsibly did it, by the way, just to give you guys an idea, I DCA'd my way into Bitcoin again today, and we are sitting up $73. Now, it was up like $150 a little while ago. We're on a shorter time. We're on a 5-minute right now. But this was a little bit before we went live. It was up at 34,600. So I could have taken like $125, $150 in profit, and then just like cash this one out and waited for this dip to happen again. But you can see my entry price over here is 34,372, which was I want to say I got in a little bit earlier around here. It was over here. So I got in, somewhere around in here, because I was thinking that it was going to hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band. No, that's not it. It was right here. I was going to hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and it did. And then I bought, and then it kept going down, and then it kept going down again. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy here. So that change my price. My entry price originally was like 34,000, whatever this spot was, 34,004 something. And now it's 34,372 because I just kept buying on the way down, just to make sure that I was fully, so just because I was hedging the risk, basically. I was hedging the risk because I didn't want to end up not being in profit. And then here we are right now in profit. So as long as it stays up, then I'll maintain as being in profit. And I do think that we're probably just getting started. My liquidation map would tell me that, there we go, liquidation heat map. 3-day does not give me what I want to see right here. It tells me that we're probably looking at 35, but this also tells me we've got 34 down here. The question is, what is the closest liquidity to the market right now? And it looks like we made that sweep to the bottom. It looks like there's still an opportunity at the bottom. There's also one again at 35, but the 12-hour maybe tells me that we want to go up to the 34.8 sort of range right here, because that seems to be where it's sweeping for the money. Otherwise, we're headed way, way down here, but it doesn't seem like it's worth it to make that move. And it's also probably not possible or realistically financially feasible to do this. Be easier to do this one and then this one because the market is already bullish. So the logical sweep right now is towards that upside. So when it looks like it's changing, then I'm going to end up flipping to a short. But we got the breakout, we got the positive breakout. The Bollinger Bands are starting to expand. Bollinger Bands tend to hold and maintain price. So what I'm seeing right now is that these bands are taking me back up into this range to at least 34.5, 34.550, something like that. And then, maybe we'll see this thing kind of flip a little bit. I don't know that we're going bearish yet. I don't know. It remains to be seen. So, but anyway, as long as Bitcoin is continuing to move, then I think we're going to see Pepe continue to move. So if Bitcoin has a breakout, then I would think Pepe is going to have another breakout. But I think the broader market is going to do that. At the same time, it's important to point out that this is a Bitcoin market until it's not a Bitcoin market. So let's clear that out. My Ben coin is going to stay there for a while because I look, I'm on Crypto Crossfire with Ben Armstrong. So me holding Ben has been great for me. I was on the Bitcoin Crypto show, so holding Ben coin has been great for me. My lane is not your lane. My lane is to get something else. No, it's okay. You don't, dude, you don't owe me an apology. That's cool. But I'm telling you guys, like, the reason is I want to be an ambassador for Bencoin. That was the purpose. And if I'm not an ambassador for Bencoin, then I'm going to hold on to it for a little while because it was still beneficial for me because it's an opportunity to work with Ben Armstrong. And look, Ben goes through some things, but Ben has become a friend of mine in the course of this time. And I'm going to support him and I'm going to support my friend in the project. So that's the thing. And I hope that I'm supported back. And to be fair, I have been supported back. So I'm going to continue to hold it. But if you were telling me right now that I needed to invest in Bencoin, then I would look at it and I would say, I'll put $200 in right now and see where it goes. And then, 2 hours later, or 2 days later, we'll see where it goes. If I made money off of it, then maybe I'll cash out and I'll hold on to it. If it goes down, I'll DCA my way in a little bit more. It's going to be whether I believe in the project or not. And from what I've seen so far that's open and that's available, there's an app coming. And look, you don't have to like Ben Armstrong, but a lot of people do. You know what I mean? Like, I have 29,900 and fucking something subscribers. But if you go to see what Ben has, this guy's already got like 50,000, I want to say, or very close to 50,000. It was like 40. Like, he was at 42,000. I think Friday. I want to say it's Friday. Don't hold me to that. But today, 64,300. So, I venture to say that my relationship with Ben is probably going to be one of synergy, because the other thing is that there are four pillars to Ben, and one of them matters to me a lot, and it matters to me the most. And that is the news. The fourth pillar is all about being able to tell people the news and to do it unbiased and unaffected. And I can't promise you that I won't give you my opinion. I can't promise you any of that, but I can promise you this: I will report to you what is going on without giving you my opinion. And then, let's just say, for example, we have a Ben channel, and that channel is Be Everywhere Now Network, or whatever, it ends up being. And I come on to the news, and Bitcoin has risen 3,000 points in one day, and it was because the ETF got approved. Then I would say to you, Bitcoin is up $3,000 today because the Bitcoin ETF was approved. This is a great day for cryptocurrency. Check back later for more information. As we get it available, we will present it to you, and then I'll go to my personal channel, and then I'll start talking to you about what I think personally. Do you know what I mean? Like I will give you the news, because that's what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get an unbiased, unfiltered news. So, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not here because some dingbat over here says, well, hey man, what's gonna pump? I'm gonna get a pump, and we're gonna drop a zero, bro. It's gonna be super fucking sweet. That's not what I'm here for. I don't really care about that. I mean, I do care. By the way, I do. Let me say, I do care, because I'm down like $40,000. So I do care, but I don't in the context of I'm going to get the money back. Like, it's not like it's not going to pump. It's not like it's not going to do anything. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't even render itself as a question to me. BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, being who he is, what he does, not going anywhere. And that being said, I don't think that this, controversy creates cash, as Eric Bischoff says. So I think he'll continue to do whatever he does, and then at the end, we'll see something happen. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to moon. I'm pretty sure that there's a strong team working by it. And look, if you guys don't know Ryan yet, but if you ever learn a little bit more about Ryan, you're going to be impressed with who Ryan is and who Ryan works with. Down 40. No, down 40 since I got in. But I got in early. Like I got I did decent. So I put in a couple ETH at the bottom. So my position is way better. But I'm still down $40,000. So but I mean, like, when we dipped last time, I bought an ETH. And we dipped before, I bought an ETH. You know what I mean? Like, just so that when I'm DCAing my way down, position is way better. I mean, what I should have done is cashed out at the top and waited for it to come back down. But hindsight's always 20/20. And if I did that, that wouldn't have been good for the business model of me telling you guys what's going on with price action, stuff like that, because I don't want, like I can't, in my brain, I can't sell. Right. I can't do that, because if I hype it up and I tell you, you better get in now because it's about to take off or something like that, I don't feel comfortable. Right. I don't feel comfortable with that. So anyway, that's it. My final verdict is going to be this. I would, if you can do something with patience, if you can have the patience to hold on to Pepe for just a little while, then I think that Pepe is going to get on another one of those big runs. I don't know how far it goes. You got to consider the all-time high is only 4x away. And what I'm going to tell you right now is that's a symbol of strength. That's a symbol of the strength that the Pepe army right now has. And I would not fade that in any way. So if you are in Pepe, have patience. If you're not in Pepe, I would not buy it today. That's irresponsible of you. I would wait for another dip because there will always be another dip. Now, if Pepe runs tomorrow and it's up another 25% and you miss that 25% gain because you're listening to me, well, that's ridiculous because I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm telling you my opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you, but I can give you an opinion of what I think is here. And if if it goes up 25%, then you miss out on 25%. It's okay because you missed out on all kinds of 25% gains. You know what I mean? Like it's not just one token that happens during one day that causes that kind of stuff. While Pepe was running, Bob was running. So was Bambi was running. So was Lambo was running. So was it escapes me now what all those other stupid tokens were, but Mong was running, Refund was running, all those different tokens, they were all running, they were all doing that kind of stuff. So, if you're looking for a run out of Pepe, then you're either trying to get whole or you're looking for a smaller gain. You will not become a millionaire by putting $250 into Pepe right now. No chance, no way. The best you could hope for is a nice 10% gain, 15% gain, 20% gain when it goes wild one of these days. If you leverage trade, you might get a little bit of that might sweeten up the pot for you just a little bit. So if you 2x or 3x it, then if it goes up 20%, you're going to get a 60% return. But you got to have the risk and in order to get the reward, and it's very difficult. So decide what you want to do. I'm going to be on the sidelines at least until it revisits some of the previous lows. So, but that's just me. I'm not comfortable with too much risk. What I'm doing right now is Bitcoin. Every time I do something other than Bitcoin, it hasn't worked out the best. I put $500 in Starlink because I thought, Starlink looks like it's about to run and take off one more time. And it is taking off right now, but they did a liquidity sweep to the downside and liquidated me for $500 like 2 days ago. Now I've been fortunate that I've made money off of Bitcoin, but still, I don't like being liquidated there, so, but that's what's going on. So you guys, I appreciate it. Tempers flare with the Bulls and the Pacers, so it looks like there's a fight over at the NBA. I wonder if it's a cripple fight. It's NBA, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's not financial advice. My name's Bleez. I'm always right. You guys take care, and I will see you guys in the morning. If you would, hit the like button on the way out, and we'll see you in the morning.
It's been a long day, a long week. It's been a long day, a long week. Maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good